Hello, we are here with one of the entrepreneurs that we promised to interview during the past week. It's called Katerina Halakova. She's the founder and chief happiness officer of milujito.cz. And well, we are giving her welcome.
Thank you. Hi. Back.
And well, the idea of this interview is talk about her experience with this company, how she works on this, and well, basically is to know about her company and of course all the experience that you have during this process and all the lessons that you have maybe learned during this process. All right. So basically, well, first is like, what is milujito.cz?
Milujito.cz is a place, is a project with which we want to make other people happy, and we want to make them have like joyful and happier lives. So it's actually an e-store, e-commerce, where we sell design products, which are solutions for everyday needs. So we're like trying to provide an alternative to the everyday like products that you're using that don't have a spark, that are not interesting with anything, and don't give you joy of actually using them. Because we believe that you can have joy actually from like the everyday routines, little things that you're doing. Also, we try to incorporate like a little hint of ecology inside that, because the things that we use once and then we just throw away, all these disposable products, it doesn't make sense to me, and I'm saying us because I have a co-founder, so it doesn't make sense to us, and I think if you have one thing, you can use it for longer, and you're going to do a lot of good with that.
All right. Good. And actually, can you mention some of the products that you are actually offering and well, that makes people happier?
I wanted to bring them and I forgot, of course. But for example, we're selling keep cups that are like these mugs for coffee to go. They're all colorful, playful, very nice. They make you happy just looking on them. Right. Then we're selling, which is actually the alternative for the plastic cups that you're getting at Starbucks and so on, because the amount of waste that is done by these like one-time used cups is like huge. So this is the alternative that we're trying to give. And then we have, for example, water bottles that are also, they're from very thick plastic. There's this special mixture, and it's amazing. It's very pleasant to drink from them. So actually, I'm using them, and I'm getting just hydrated just naturally. It's fun.
You're the first customer.
Yeah, I'm the first customer. And other products like that.
Yeah. And when did you start with this company? How this is born from your ideas or something?
Well, with my friend, we wanted to start a company because we weren't getting happy or satisfied with the corporate experiences we were getting in other companies, and we believe that life can be different and that things can be different and be done differently, and by that you can actually make a difference in the world. A little bit, at least. And so before we find the cure for cancer, for example, we're going to start an e-shop with things that we love. And also we saw a gap on the market because we were searching for these everyday products and we couldn't find them anywhere. So we just said, why buying them just for us? We can actually buy a huge bunch and offer them to others. If we want to make our lives happier, why not making others' lives happier also?
All right. And well, you are talking about that you started because you wanted to make something meaningful that made people happier. And well, you told me, well, we were talking before on the interview about that you started this 1.5 years ago. Well, what is the present of the company right now, based on all of this experience that you have?
The current state of the company is now we're kind of still establishing ourselves. We're like now putting the roots into the ground. We're still like this plant that just ends up on the field, and now we're like trying to grow roots and also not only grow up but also grow down to be well established. Since we're funding the company from our own money. Therefore, it's like this slower organic growth, and also we're reinvesting all the profit back to the company to actually be able to grow. And this actually makes it a bit slower, then it's different when you get an investment from an investor. You have lots of money to, only stock costs you so much, so to build stock actually and so on. But it makes us have keep control over the company, and we're trying to do as much as we can by ourselves, because we learned from the beginning that being dependent on others, we were depending on a IT company. So being dependent on others is not the solution, because it makes everything kind of slower and inflexible. So
yeah, so you start to bootstrap in your company,
yeah,
and you start to create a team to manage all the stuff that you want to provide your service, your products. All right. And actually, well, what is your current role in the company? You were, well, I was mentioning that you were chief happiness officer. What do you do there? So basically on this title.
Being chief happiness officer, chief happiness maker. I don't know, just having. I know I'm always talking about happiness here, but having the day happy and the company happy. So far, as I'm the co-founder, I'm 50% of the company still, because we're really running lean, and we're still trying to keep it that we're the two of us only there, me and my partner. And we're actually, when you take it, we're both chief happiness officers, because we fuel each other and we make each other happy. And it makes us go and advance further. That's it. And apart from that, I'm also the challenge taker, because I love challenges and trying to find a way how to make them work for us. And, because I believe that the feeling, the out of the comfort zone feeling, should become the new comfort zone. So you should feel comfortable in the out of the comfort zone feeling too, and that's when you can evolve and grow and learn and bloom.
All right, all right. And so, well, you're talking that, well, you are putting the roots on the ground. So, but before we were talking about that, maybe you are planning to expand to another market. And why do you want to go to this market? And of course, you can mention what is this market.
Okay, so we're planning on expanding to Brazil. It's a very unusual, I think, direction for companies definitely from Czech Republic or Europe, because you usually start going either east or west, but very close. But we thought Brazil is, Brazil should be it. No, so we're trying to expand there. We're taking the first steps and so on, because I think there's a huge potential. And actually, the project that we're having is easily you take and put into another market very easily. It's easily scalable and so on. So I think there's a huge opportunity now in Brazil, and it would be a pity not to take it, and not to try to slide on the wave that is rising.
Good, good. But actually, I forgot to mention what it means, milujito.cz for you. Well, you can say it.
Okay. Okay, milujito means I love it. So it means truly the words I love it, because we're selling products that we love, and that I think every person, every user will start to have an emotional connection to it. And so that's the basic thing. They're beautiful and they're lovable. And then the second thing is kind of the ecological view, that if you make an emotional connection to the product, you're less likely to throw it away, to dispose of it. And we're trying to fight this disposing, I don't know, wave where people just throwing things away, and there's a huge overproduction of things. So that's the good aspect of it also.
All right. So, well, basically, all of this information you have given us is what are the lessons that you have been learning during all of this process, based mainly on failures or problems that you have. But maybe for people who are just starting, you can share the lessons that they could avoid, or the problems possibly they could avoid.
There are so many lessons learned. Just starting the project is it's like you unleash a learning curve. A learning curve starts and it never ends. I think having your own project, and if you don't stop growing or something, or changing, innovating, the learning curve never stops, which is amazing. It's like this, you're running on this learning drug. And I love learning, so that's very important. And so I think the lessons I learned, there, oh my God, there are so many.
Well, maybe three.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it easier.
Okay, that nothing, even though things are complex, but they're never as complicated and hard as they seem before you start like pursuing them, doing them, or until you get inside. From the outer perspective, for example, starting a business seems like this huge thing that you can never achieve because you don't see the end of the tunnel, or you don't see the end actually, and you don't know the roadway. But once you actually step on the road, it fragments from this huge bulk of like kilometers. It fragments into these little steps, and for each step, you're gonna find a solution. And you're gonna start taking the way, and it's gonna be very much fun. You're gonna be very happy you started that road. Second, creative solutions are the key. Like keeping flexible, creative, and open to new solutions, and trying to think differently, out of the box. Because it's not it sounds like a cliche. Everyone is saying like think out of the box, but it's truly there where all the solutions and best solutions are. And with a startup, you never have enough money, so you need to find creative solutions. You need to find a way to make things happen. Oh my God. Third one. Can I peek in my notes?
Oh, baby. I'm gonna give you that chance.
Oh my God, there's so much I wrote. Go and do what scares you the most. Because the things that scare you the most are the things you're naturally going to start avoiding. And but that's usually where the gem is hidden, where the diamond is, So just go after that. It's going to make you feel good. It's like, again, this learning drug, this happiness that you're actually doing something. You're stepping over the walls you were afraid of. And that's truly where the gold is hidden.
All right, good. So basically, you are telling us like that you have to learn every day. You have to like learning process, and of course, if something scared you, go for it. So, well, it's good.
Yes.
And well, basically, maybe I could be surprised because all around the world you can go to any events about businesses, and it's more an area where are more men than women. So I would say that it's really nice that there is two women who are starting a good business. And so, what could you say to these women, to other women, that maybe they don't start because they are scared, or so?
Just jump into it. I was thinking about what should a person do, and moreover a woman, because we do have some kind of constrained feeling, I think, like maybe lack of confidence in this very masculine world. But really just jump into it and start, because as I was saying, by the start you start taking the first steps, the huge road where you don't see the end starts fragmenting into the little steps, and once you kind of taste the great feeling of learning and achieving these little victories, because it's all about huge little challenges and little victories. Therefore, it's gonna have the woman will start having this amazingly empowering feeling, and I think that's the biggest reward. Then I believe all women will start being more confident, self-sufficient, and to do great things. And actually, having your own company is a bit like building the world according to your own beliefs, which I think women, as the world is very masculine, like the corporate world, even the startup world and all this, is very masculine. So being able to build your own world a little bit in this feminine way, it might mix the things very nicely, and I think it can do a lot of good.
All right, good words. Well, you can start to make speaking about this, promoting, and that women start to make more businesses. Well, it was really good to talk to you, and of course, you can introduce to the public with your social networks and everything. And of course, I wish you all the best for you during this in Czech Republic, and of course, now that you are going to expand to Brazil.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. So please join us on our social all our social networks. We have so how to get there? You go to milujito.cz, and then you're gonna see all the links to our social networks. We have Facebook, Pinterest. We're huge spammers in this like inspirational way, beautiful products way, and so on. So I hope you're gonna enjoy it. Then please look at the things you're using every day as your everyday products. Look if they are serving you well, if they're actually making you happy. If not, then please go to milujito.cz. And then also, if you're someone that has already some knowledge, if you're someone who has already built a successful e-commerce and knows how to do things, please, we would love to meet you, because we would love to talk to a mentor or someone that could mentor us a little bit. So we're gonna invite you for coffee, lunch, or dinner. It doesn't matter. We're gonna be very happy to meet with you.
Maybe more beers.
Skype or beer. And then also we want to tune things up a little bit and start looking for an investor. So if you like our project and if you would just like to talk and see more, know more, we would be very happy. No strings attached, of course. We would love to talk to you too, and of course we're inviting you for a beer.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to talk to you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.